I'm seeing a ton of players playing Tarisland and making a bunch of mistakes. So why not just put a 10 avoid these mistakes video out there so you guys who might be brand new to the game or just brand new to MMO in general can avoid these mistakes and hopefully progress your account better and better each day. Hello everyone, yes, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy, the one and only, and we're here back on Tarisland, and it's amazing. I'm having a good time, and honestly, we're going to go over 10 different tips that basically you guys are making that are mistakes, and hopefully these mistakes can be corrected in today's video, right? I just want a big shout out to honestly every single one of you that's watching this video and every single one of you guys that have watched my previous videos on top 10 tricks and even the class videos. You guys are amazing, and a big thank you to the community, because without you, obviously, those videos wouldn't grow. So what we're going to go over is the very first tip and trick, the mistake I see so many players doing, and it's already on your achievement board. Boom, your achievement board here on screen. And basically, I know a lot of players don't like grinding achievements on games. They are very tedious and they can be long, and you feel like, why am I doing this for an achievement? And you can kind of get that same sense of deal when you're looking at some of the general achievements where you're only getting some 5 battle pass XP and 200 silver coins. You might be feeling, ugh, why should I do that? I understand you. However, if you actually bother to go into other areas like the dungeon tabs, the raid tabs and so forth, you're going to start to see some better rewards. And these are rewards that you guys are missing out on. So a good example of this is the brand new raid that you might have got access to, which is the Shadow Witch raid. If you're able to complete this on elite difficulty and able to get all the achievements, you're going to be able to get the barbaric armadillo. And if you complete her on challenge mode, you're going to get the golden armored wolf. And you can already see I've got the armadillo here. It looks kind of fly. And when you drive this guy, it's almost like a chopper from a Halo, boys. It gives me that old school look. So I do like it. But those are achievements. And honestly, each achievement is going to benefit your account. So try and go back and get as many of those achievements you can to get your battle pass XP, get some extra silver coins, even get stuff like gems, get yourself, chests, just cosmetics. There's so many different rewards you're going to be able to get through the achievement system. So please go through it. Don't ignore it. That's the biggest mistake I see so many players going on. So let's move on to the second mistake I see you guys doing. So the second one that I see a load of players not doing is taking advantage of the brand new, being able to get gems. Let's just say, if you've seen my guide already, you should know this trick, which is amazing for you guys. But for everyone else who's not, in this game, you can get achromatic crystals, right? And these are the pay-to-win spenders crystals. However, they're character bound because you're able to earn these ones, right? So even a free-to-play player in this game is able to technically pay to win if they want to, if they earn the gold to do so. And that's what a lot of players aren't doing. They're not trying to earn gold to spend on their achromatic crystals to get some benefits, right? A really good tip and trick for this, honestly, is your professions. Different professions, especially the jewelers early game, are going to make a very big bang for their buck, right? You're able to actually craft these chests and make a killing of profit with over plus 200 gold every time you build one of these, which is insane, which we might make a full video on if you want to see it. And by doing so, you're going to be able to get that gold, go over to this crystal consignment, crystal purchase, and it's, as you can see, 5 gold for 1, and you're basically buying 10 a pop. So you can see here, if I want to, boom, I'm going to buy 10 if it was open at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a bit early for you guys. This is the UK time for me. But you would be able to buy those, and then what you're able to do with them, if you are wondering, there is obviously different areas at the top. And if you go to where it says the market area, you can go to the monthly ticket, hit here where it says activate, and for 450 gems, you can buy that ticket. You can also buy the ticket, guys, in the hot items. So this is the same thing here. So you're able to buy this either way for 450 gems. This is a monthly ticket, so it's 30 days, while this one is the weekly ticket. So if you maybe just want to try the game out just for a week, guys, why not just get this on, put it on your account, and get a bunch of benefits for free, and just play through and see if you do enjoy the game. So please make some gems. That's the big mistake I'm seeing a lot of players not taking advantage of in this game. So the next mistake is to do with your dungeon climbing, right? So every day, as you guys know, you're going to get these rewards, right? You can see on screen, I've got 3 out of 6 reward chances. And if we go onto the little informational pop-up here, it does tell you at 4 o'clock server time, they can be accumulated up to 3 days, but they're going to be refreshed, right? So they're going to refresh these tickets for you, which is nice. They give you, I think, 2 tickets every day, if I remember correctly. So that means after 3 days, that's going to be 6 tickets accumulated, right? Which is really important because a lot of players, what I've seen them do is in the early stage, right? It's level 16 and the level, 24s. Basically try to enter these elite dungeons and spam them to try and get these Tarisland chests and waste their chances, not knowing, obviously, the better rewards are coming up in basically 4 days server time, right? So when you unlock level 38, which is on your 4th or 5th day of your server, it does tell you up on your little event pass up here, you're gonna be able to get the level 38, use all of your reward chances, and maximize on all of these rewards instead of just doing the old younger dungeons and getting very minimal rewards, right? So if you want my advice when it comes to this, always try to just do maybe 2 elite dungeons if you want at first, just to get the 2 timers down. Wait for the next day, see it go back up, and then do it again. And you can just kind of let this fly until you're going to get to the very top here. You can see now, for me, I've got 3 chances. So you can see, even for myself, I technically made this mistake in the early game, and it's cost me, honestly, a bunch of rare medals that I'm a little bit disappointed about, but I did it mid-max to the max potential. But it is what it is. We've learned our lesson, and I hope you guys have too. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one that I want to talk about is a kind of a nuanced one, but I think a lot of players probably didn't realize at first, and even myself, I think I've done this mistake. It's to do with fishing, right? And this is a really cool tip and trick that I wish I knew a little bit sooner, because obviously when you go fishing, you're going to get a ton of different rewards, right? You're going to get those gold pouches, you can get like keys, you can get fish, you can get all sorts, right? But when it comes to fishing, honestly, there's going to be a couple of rewards you really do want to take focus on. And I'm going to just emphasize 2 fish here as a basic example, right? So one of them is the silver dartfish. This is a consumable, right? And you use it to gain back 1 vigor, which is really, really good. Because obviously, vigor is the currency you guys need to use to obviously push your crafting. So now you can kind of see where this mistake is, right? People are probably selling these dartfishes, or you just use them instantly without thinking and just getting rid of them, right? And what I'm going to say is, if you're fishing and you get these dartfish that are going to give you that vigor plus bonus when you consume them, hoard them, guys. Save these in your bag. Because what this is going to allow you to do in the future is, in the early game, you're going to be locked at 500 proficiency, right, on your area. And you can see I'm almost touching it, and I'm trying not to hit the 500 and get locked out, right? But what you're able to do is wait and stockpile all of this, and you can see as the higher and higher proficiencies unlock through the server time, you can then use all your dartfish on your vigor to then craft as much of the higher end or mid end stuff that you need to level up even quicker and make a bunch more gold for your account, right? So really good example there of why you shouldn't realistically get rid of the dartfish. There's another fish I do want to give another kind of a bit of love into here, and it is the fly fish. This one is a little bit rarer to get, but this one is a little bit cracked, honestly. So the fly fish gives you 30% movement speed for 10 minutes, right? And a lot of players are probably wondering, why is this good? Why do we care about the fly fish and movement speed for 10 minutes? Well, the reason is if you go out of the world map and if you go to the Starlight amusement park, you can kind of see where this is going. Because in this game mode, you're able to unlock, again, some cool titles and cool cosmetic items if you're able to get like a rank 1 position on the leaderboards, I think, of the day when you go there, right? And in order to get some of them, you want to be using the fly fish to get that movement speed bonus to zoom all the way around compared to your opponents. So that is the way a lot of players are doing this. If you are wondering how they're getting such quick times, they're using the correct consumables in order to grant them their movement speed bonus, guys. So that is basically, don't waste your fish. Have a look at your fish before. Some of them you can just pop away if you want and you don't care about them. Sure, if you want to sell them, go for it. But when it comes to the rest, honestly, I really want you to pay attention and get taking advantage of this. So the next big mistake I see a lot of players doing is your inscribed stone. And if you want me to do a full guide on this, let me know. I will put one down in the description. But the general gist of that full guide is going to be this tip, honestly, guys. A lot of players are basically trying, when they come to building their hero, they're going to be putting like 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3, right? And they're trying to max out as much as they can down here at the bottom of the stats before they start going up and up. And I'm going to tell you guys that is the wrong way you want to be doing this. What you want to be doing is actually only putting 1 point into your trees. Because by doing this, what you're able to do, as you can see, it only requires 1 point of the previous trees to start to unlock your next area, right? So if you're able to, you just want to keep progressing up and up as far as you can until you hit level 40, and then you want to come back and start working again on the lower stuff. Because what you're able to do is come back and grab stuff like your cores that you're needing once your character or your server has unlocked that feature, because it's not unlocked straight away for a lot of players, so you're not able to get it, right? So you have to wait and be patient. So there's no need to waste your points in this yet. You could maybe set it up with these 3 if you choose to, but just remember, when it comes to your inscribe stone, guys, try and just put 1 point in and go up the tree. And if you're wondering where to put your points, just try and focus down on your main stats if you can, and you can choose if you want to go more of the pure damage route with the stat choices, or if you want a bit of a balance, or if you want to go more tanky. Again, there's different ways for that. I will make a full guide if you want. Just put a comment down below. The next mistake I can definitely see players making already is to do with the dungeon shop in Tarisland. So you can see we've got elementary equipment, intermediate, and advanced equipment. And a lot of players, especially the newer players, might think holding all of these medals that they're earning and buying through their reputation, they're going to be able to use it later on. And that's just not true, guys, right? So don't try and save these. And I'm going to teach you right here what you want to be buying with the rare medals. However, when it comes to like your intermediate equipment, they have their own currency. So does the advanced equipment. These have their own currency, guys. So make sure you remember that when it comes to spending your rare medals. But when it comes to these rare medals, I will give you a big tip here. A bunch of these you're going to earn, right? So you can see already I've got all of these, and the ones I own personally, it all from the dungeons or the elite dungeons that you do in the later stages. And when it comes to obviously the final elite dungeon and then raid, you're going to be able to get the helmet, I think another 3 pieces plus 1 more if I remember correctly, which would mean for a player you're going to need to use your remaining rare medals potentially just to finish out the last 2 free slots that you are missing to go full purple for your character, right? And that's the easiest way to get this 90 gear maxed out as fast as you can, right? So just remember that when it comes to do this. And I can just verify this when we go into the dungeon area, right? So if you just go into the dungeons just to showcase, you're able to get, as you can see, after you're level 24 and you hit the level 30 threshold, the elite difficult is going to grant you one of each piece, so you only need to complete this mission once, then go to the next one and complete this mission once. This is going to give you the next 3 pieces, and then when you unlock the level, so for me today I need to level up, I'll be unlocking the next 3 pieces here, which is amazing, right? If you want any more gears or pieces of gear, you would have to go to your raid. Your raid, as you can see, will grant you a chance to get either the badge or the weapon. You can choose either or. It's one of the other guys. You can't have both, unfortunately. So yeah, and that's 1 reward per week. So that's how you get all of that purple gear. Use your rare medals afterwards once you've collected it all on the missing pieces, and that will save you, honestly, not wasting any of them and getting mad at yourself. So the next one we're going to go over is to do with professions and gathering and crafting, right? Because the thing is, a lot of players might not have realized this, but when you go and start progressing and unlocking more and more of the, higher stuff that you can craft, you're going to notice some start to grey out. So my HP potions, attack potions are greyed out. Same with even my finished materials, right? And what that means is I'm not going to gain any proficiency. So at the moment, you can see it's +0 out of time. So this is not going to progress my bar to 500, which is kind of like the soft limit cap early game that you have for, crafting. So what I'm going to have to do is obviously craft these green stuff, right? And you can see I've already started gathering some of these materials, and it might be just beneficial for players to kind of like try and buy potentially or earn the HP potions. They're not that hard to obtain, but you can then, craft what you need. But another mistake I see a lot of players doing and not realizing is if we go to an area to showcase this off, people are not using their tools. And tools are a really good feature in Tarisland because tools are what allows you as a profession person, this could be an alchemist, a forgeman, the tailor, the jeweler, it doesn't matter what profession you are, you have your specific tool that you're able to earn through Tarisland chests that you just get through questing and just achievements and stuff like that. And what you're going to do with them is equip them, boys. You want them equipped because by equipping them, you're going to get rare materials from gathering, as well as they do help you reduce some of the time, and it just gives you better yields as well. So there's just so many benefits from doing that. So if I just showcase one, if we go up, we've used the track feature. We can do an auto run. If you don't want that, you can just immediately, if you don't want this to do its thing, just click if you want. You can click and take control and just walk to this area. But I do like the auto run feature. It's nice. It just sometimes for me when I'm making content or streaming, it allows me to do its thing. But you can see there it's working, right? And I'm able to get some blue materials. And in order to equip this, all you got to do is press this little plus icon, guys. And people aren't doing that. And you can see each one is going to grant you different types of base stuff and base extra chances, which is really nice to get some special materials that you can sell for some super high gold gain. So don't make this mistake. Use your tools. Start gathering those really priced materials and pumping up your account. The next one is to do with your characters, right? Because a lot of players don't realize what their characters do. And the main mistake I'm going to go over is not going, basically your main attribute. Let's just say it. You're not going into your main attribute. So you can see mine's combo. And this is kind of how this tree is brought down. So if I can get combo and then either get Omni or cooldown, both are equally as strong, they're basically saying here. And then strength into focus, and then stamina be my last major attribute, I'm going to get the most benefit for my class. And obviously that's kind of the basics that you guys knew. But did you know on top of this, you can actually just hover over each one of these. So the thing is, combo points affect combo trigger chance. This is damage or healing is calculated separate when a skill combo is made. And what combo is basically when you deal an attack, you have a percentage chance to combo and do an additional basically hit afterwards. That's kind of how the warriors do so much damage, because they have such a high combo rate, right? Then you can see what the others is. So Omni and cooldown. So obviously we know what cooldown is. This is your cooldown reduction, but Omni is your effect bonus. This is actually increasing your final damage dealt number, which is really good because this can be converted into damage immunity effects bonus depending on what role you're playing. So if you're a tank, this is going to increase your damage immunity compared to increasing obviously the damage bonus. So this is what a massive mistake is, and people are not realizing. If you actually go over here and actually have a quick read of what your focused attributes are and what they need to be, you will actually learn a lot more about your class. Another mistake I see so many players doing, and honestly, I understand it, it's fine, I get it, but it's not making friends, right? And it's funny because in this social menu, you should be able to make some friends and, more importantly, join a guild, boys. Joining a guild and buying or adding friends, let's say, is going to be the way you are making this mistake. Because if you're not doing this, you are honestly putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. Because again, if you go to the little shop area at the top, you can go to where it shows your little reputations social shop, where the guild and the friendship shop is, boys. And the cool thing is with this, if you work with your friends all the time, you're going to be able to start farming for a mount. Why not? If you want a mount, you're able to get that, plus the barrel's power. On top of that, there's also some goodies like your baits. If you really want to get some bionic bait and actually keep fishing, this could be a really good way, as long as you keep playing with any friends you make on Tarisland. This also goes with the guild, guys. You can get a runed decoy bait, which is going to be required if you want to try and get one of the chests in the Silverlit City, plus some of the best fish in the game. And again, you can still get bionic bait here and a mount. So honestly, the biggest mistake I see so many players, and we can run around here right now because I have your alliance and your whole tags all online, and we can run around and see how many players might not be in anything. And you'd be surprised in the main Silverlit City just how many players are not in guilds. They're not just trying to play with friends, and it's just not a good time for you. So just make sure you add a few friends, play in a nice group together, keep grouping the content, and you will benefit the most. So the last mistake I want to talk about is honestly people just not doing their main, I would say, quota for the day. So it's kind of easy in this game of Tarisland, honestly, to do your main objectives for your character. And what I mean by that is complete each of your PvP events. So you can see here, we're on PvP. It's Tuesday as of this recording, and we've got 2 rewards to do when this opens up. And the cool thing with PvP, just to give you guys a little, info about this, every day you'll notice it's going to change map, right? And it's on a cycle of what maps is going to be on each day. So if you want to play a specific map more and you enjoy that more, you can just kind of push more on those days compared to the other days, right? So that kind of gives you a little bit of a heads up. But this also goes into, guys, your universal haul. Please remember to confirm and complete your whole universal haul. This is going to allow you to again progress in the game by getting you that dust that you need to push your inscribed stone. So just completing all those nice mini dungeons, raids, all the stuff you need to do for that day is gonna help you so big. And I know so many players aren't doing it. There's some people might just be doing one game of PvP, but they'll notice in the long run they wish they start doing the 2-2-2 every single day and just get the minimum for those rewards. So with all of that said, guys, let's go into the final part of the video.